Hi, fourth grade students. Today's lesson is going to be making a cityscape inspired by the artist James Rizzi. James Rizzi is a pop artist from Brooklyn, New York, and pop art was created back in the 1950s, where artwork is basically bright colors and bold lines. And it's art that's popular where it's advertisements, but it's mainly noticed by those bright colors and bold lines. So I'm going to grab my materials. We need some paper, some Crayola markers, a pencil, a ruler. I'm going to show you some samples of James Rizzi's work and a couple of other pictures. Okay, get your materials. Let's get started. Before we get started, I just want to show you this paper with faces drawn on it. You could go back and pause on this spot so you can get some ideas of faces you're going to draw on your city buildings, okay? Okay, so I'm ready. I have my supplies, I have my paper, and I'm gonna use a pencil. And since I can't find my ruler, I found a piece of cardboard edge. You can use something that is straight to make your lines. So I'm gonna start by making a line at the bottom of the paper, as if it's a road. If you looked at the images of James Rizzi's artwork, you notice that a lot of it is paintings of buildings. He's from Brooklyn, so there's a lot of buildings you see in the city. So I'm gonna start here. I'm just gonna freehand it. You can use a ruler if you want. I'm going to start by drawing some buildings. He makes the buildings very close together, like you do see in New York, in the city. So I'm gonna start here with a rectangle shape, and I'm gonna make my next building a different shape. I'm going to curve the top and I'm going to go straight down. I'm going to make this one with a triangular top and go down. This one I'm going to make the edge diagonal. I'm going to come over with a straight line and go down. You can make your buildings overlapping as well. And this one's just going to go across like that. And then I'm going to use this sheet here that I just showed you to figure out some faces I can add on to my buildings. So I'm going to start here. I'm going to draw two squares and make some eyes, nose, and a rectangle here for the mouth. Okay, the next one, I'm going to make the eyes circle. I'm going to give them some eyebrows and side of the eyes. You can make your own faces. You don't have to copy what I'm doing. Two circles there and a mouth there. And the next one, I'm going to do these type of eyes. Triangle for the nose, oval here for the mouth. The next one, I'm going to make two eyes again. Funky nose, a silly mouth here. And the last one, I'm going to do two eyes again, like this, nose, and a different type of mouth. So they all look pretty different. I also need to add windows to the building, so you could do different types of windows in each section. I'll put circles there. Here I'll do some squares, some triangles here, diamonds here, just being creative with different shapes. And remember, be very simple because you want your lines to be bold and your colors bright. And down here, maybe you could put a car. I don't know if you could see a car. A wheel here, a wheel here. Windows. Oops. Okay, and in James Rizzi's artwork, sometimes he likes to split them and make it one side is nighttime and one side is daytime. So over here, we'll put a sun. And a face on the sun. Okay, and on this side we could do the moon. We could do a crescent moon shape. I'll give him an eye here and a smiley face. Okay, and now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to trace everything with the Sharpie marker. If you don't have a Sharpie marker, you can use a black pen. Using the Crayola marker, it may smear because we're going to do something after that with the Crayola markers. Okay, I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. So I took my black Sharpie or pen, whichever you have, and I traced over the entire drawing. So it has those bold black colors, black lines on the outside like James Rizzi uses. So now I'm going to use some crayons. I forgot to say that before in the supplies, and just certain sections you can color with the crayon so that we're mixing painting and crayon as well. So maybe I'll color these windows. Try not to use too much different colors. I guess it doesn't really matter, but it's your own creation, so whatever you like. So I'm just going to do these windows in crayon. And maybe some of the face. Here. Maybe part of the eye here. Really, however you want to color it. Try to move quick. Make the sun orange. I'll color the car. If you notice, I'm coloring on a piece of cardboard, and it makes some really cool texture lines coming through as well. If you have something like that at home. Okay, so I'm just about going to be finished coloring only certain spots with the crayons. Because the buildings, we're going to use the Crayola markers and maybe this top area too. Okay, so maybe I'll do here. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do, I have my Crayola markers, and I'm just going to outline the buildings with the marker around the black like this. Okay, and the marker works as, it's really cool because it could work as paint. When you take some water in a paintbrush and pull it in from the sides, it will work a little bit as paint, and it looks really cool. We make them different colors so that we're being really creative. So notice again, I'm just outlining the edge of what I did. And if you paint over the crayon, it's okay, because that's it won't affect the crayon at all, because that's what we call a crayon resist. This one. I have the Crayola markers as well as these Mr. Sketch. These are also water-based. So like I said, if you don't have paint around your house, you can always use markers with water, and it makes really cool designs as well. Okay, so for now I'm just going to show you this technique, and then I'll finish up and I'm going to come back. So now I have my paintbrush with water, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to just pull like this the color from the edges of what I had already done with the lines. And see that? It comes in really cool. Pull it in, and it adds that color. I'm going to do that here. And it's like you're painting with paint. Being that the markers are water-based, it starts to blend and bleed out. Oops. And it just makes a really cool color for your You don't want to use too much water because then the paper will crinkle, but try to use the best that you can and pull out from the sides and the edges that color. Okay, so I'm going to finish this up and I will come back when I'm just about done. Okay, so I finished. I noticed that with the other markers, the Mr. Sketch markers, they don't really blend as well, so I had to go over this one. I didn't have another pink, but I had to go over this one with a Crayola, so it was able to pull that color in with the water. I did the sky, I did the edges up there with blue, and then this side with yellow, and everything I kind of pulled it all together. So I cannot wait to see what yours looks like. Please don't forget to send me a picture. Thanks, bye-bye.